how's it going? I'm out at the lake and I'm about to eat some breakfast. Stick around. I got something I want to talk to y'all about. So what I got going on right here is some eggs, hash browns. I throw some cheese in it and ramps. And then I got me some pour over coffee. And if you don't know what ramps is, at the end of the video, I'll post a link where I went and dug those, or I'll post the video where I went and dug those, so y'all can check that out. Like onions, they're great, love them. But let this cook and then we'll get to the core of the video. All right, what I wanted to talk to y'all today is about hand lines and hobo reels. And today, I have a hobo reel. Now, in the past, what I've done is use these if I find myself in a place that I wanted to fish but didn't know it before I got there. In other words, maybe I'm by a river or a lake doing something else, just hanging out maybe with family. Maybe I'm at a birthday party and I just get bored. I find a plastic bottle, some lines, and usually I can find some bait, and there we go. And that works fine. This is my first attempt at making one out of wood. And I got the idea for this particular one off of Corporal's Corner channel. He has a lot of great things on there, and I like to watch his channel. And there's many other channels that have stuff about these, but the purpose of something like this for me is if I'm going somewhere, let's say I'm scouting deer, and I find a little back eddy of a lake or a mountain stream, and I want to fish that. Well, I can throw something tiny like this in my bag. It doesn't take up hardly any space, and I can do that. Maybe I'm just out for a hike and I wasn't intending on fishing, things like that. And the cool thing about this one is it gives me some extra bank line for grip, and I've got it hollowed out in the bottom with a little cork. And I've just got some, I don't know if you can see that, got some hooks and some sinkers down in there, and I'm going to add more to it and drop one of my sinkers. Probably a bobber to that. I carved this one out of wood, like I said, myself. Main bodies was cut out of green privet, and this was oak, I believe. And I could probably run heavier pound test line on this, but right now I've got 4 pound test line, same thing I'd use for trout. Because for me, this is something I would use for small brim, bass, small trout, things like that. And I've got a little rubber thing off of a spool of tippet and a little white trout magnet, which is just a jig, white and silver trout magnet. But you know, the bottom method works pretty well, so I just wanted to try this. Now, what I'd like to do is make a few of these different styles, or at least, you know, maybe one other style. There's one I'm interested in, and also you can buy them. Some people just use a spool of line. They go from no dollars or a bottle and some line. You can get pretty expensive with some of the ones that are made very, very well that you can buy, and anywhere in between. And people, as far as hand lining goes, people do that all over the world, in places where fishing rods are not so readily accessible. But I want this to be the first video in a series of just exploring this method of fishing. So stick with me. We're going to take it out here in the lake and see how it casts. All right, please excuse the noise. There's a guy putting a boat in over here near me. So we're going to try to see how this casts with this light lure on it. Now, this would probably be best using like a bobber. Oh, didn't go very far, did it? See, probably need a bobber to add some weight. Nope. All right. So what I may have to do is just add a little split shot to this. Oh, there it went. All right. Yeah, let's add some split shot to this, to the line here. And we'll try it again. Okay, let's give this another go. Like I said, excuse the noise, please. All right, let's see here. Nope. So with this one, I think I have too much of a lip right here. The way I carved it, I may have to do some whittling on it. Let's see how it goes. Nope. All right, I'm over here in the bushes. So this stuff looks easy. Oh, big old spider. All right. Let's try out another method. Some people like to do they'll put their finger on it like this. Nope. All right. So let's try this. Let's pull off some line. That way I have some extra line out. I'm gonna take it like this. I'm gonna try it. Oh. See, some people would edit this part out. I think I'm gonna leave this in so you can see that things like this will work, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. All right, little fish jumping way out there. Let's try it right here. Nope. Whew, big old nice fish just jumping out there. Tell you what, these fellas out here fishing this morning, get on the top water, they're gonna have a ball. Got some fish playing with it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Oh, I had a hit. All right. So all right, guys, well, you can see that didn't work out for me the way I'd hoped for my first hand-carved hobo reel, but you get the concept. If you've never, some people have probably used these a bunch, and then others, you know, this may be the first time they've ever heard of this and they're wondering why you don't just pack a small rod. But this would fit in a pocket or in a bag so much easier if you didn't know for sure you're going to be fishing, or say, like I said, you're out deer scouting, cutting through tough brush, and you just throw this down in your little pack. Because I've been out in the woods doing other things plenty of times when I found a little spot and said, hey, I wonder if there's some brim in there or some trout in there or something like that. And, you know, probably not the type of spot that I would come back to fish, but just out of curiosity during the hot part of the day, maybe just chilling. What I think I need to do with this one is I need to trim this edge down more. I think that's the first thing for this one. Definitely, if I carve another one, what I think I'll do is actually carve it out of a much bigger piece and carve the handle down to size to give me a bigger spool. That's if I'm, you know, or not if, when I make another one. But definitely that lip right there for sure. This line is a little light for small brim and stuff, so this might be good for where I'm only fishing fishing a few feet in front of me. But if I want one that's going to cast a little further, I think I'm definitely going to have to run heavier line. But overall, I like the concept. It's just a matter of practicing and working out some kinks with this one. But you're going to see me try some other ones, and we'll see how that goes. And if you would, stick with this series over the next few months, and maybe just give you some ideas on what I think of the whole thing. I love the concept, though. I do love that. But hey, this is part of being in the outdoors that I love, is experimenting with gear, experimenting, trying new techniques and doing things. Some work, some don't. Some work for people, for some people, and some do not work for some people. So that's just what it is. But I believe I can make this work. It's just going to take a little time and effort. I think a bobber, if I'm running a lure, would also be a good thing. Some sort of little lightweight float, just for still water like this, to be able to pull it, to keep it from hitting the bottom, would be great. Maybe fishing with small bait. I mean, I had several little bites over there. Had I been fishing with a little bit of bait, I think that would have worked much better. I'd probably caught a couple fish. But that's all for now. If you've stuck with me to this far, all my mishaps, thanks.